right, folks, we're back in the lab with another lantern project. And this is a Dietz D-lite. Not even sure what year it is. And it's a City of Rochester D-lite. And I've seen a couple of these before online at the City of Rochester. They would paint the bottoms yellow. I've seen a couple of them. So I don't know if that's normal, countrywide. That's what they do for the city, red and yellow. But the patina on this thing is remarkable. I don't want to wreck that, but I just have to. I can't leave it alone. This fount is destroyed. And I want to bring out this City of Rochester, but I want to try to do it without necessarily getting rid of all this junk here. So I'll see. I'm not going to strip any paint, but I'm going to try to work on this first, because this could be disaster all in through here. This could end up just being a display piece. But I don't want to display it like this. I just don't. I'm sorry. But this patina up here, great. I don't want to do anything about that. And so we'll see. It needs a burner down there, and I think I found one. I found an old one, and I found a new one. So let's take this thing apart and look at some of its parts, and we'll just be decision time here, what to do. All right, let's dig right in. All right, so let's see here. Oh, lifting that up, and the crown just popped off that one tab there. Tab is still there. Maybe I'll just pop that off, and man, I almost don't want to touch that either, but that's coming off. Gotta do that. Yeesh. Well, I would like to get that off and get that cleaned up good. Okay, so by the way, while I have them here, I'll show you. I got this is out of a Hong Kong made D-lite. This is out of a destroyed rusted out D-lite. So that's where we're at. This would make certainly a lot more sense. It would match this a lot better. All right. Ooh, we have a Wick surprise inside. Let's see if we can get at that via... Ooh. Fuel cap may have been put in crooked. Nice. Very nice. Perfect. Yeah, see, I don't know what I want to do with these parts yet until we see where this goes. So if we end up saying, oh, I'm going to have to strip the paint off it, then that's where we'll go with that. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to have some pinholes. I just have a feeling. Let's see if I can see it all. Whether there's dates on this thing. I don't see any at all. Unless they're buried under layers of paint, I don't see any patents or build date at all on here. No remnants or anything. So that could be an indication of age of this. This could have been a mid-50s D-lite. It's hard to tell. That's probably what the case is. Judged by the feel of it. Right. So what I want to do is take this directly over to the grinding wheel and get at this and up in here. And I'll see what I can do with the Dremel up in here. And then hopefully we'll be able to leave this, some of this yellow. We will see how it comes out. I would like to. I really would. But I just don't know. I can't leave that rust on there like that. All right. Well, let's do that. So I know I got a burner, which is excellent. We have a cap that's intact. Okay. So let me go do that. Get that out of the way. Well, yeah, found some holes. I knew I would find some holes. There's numerous holes in the fount. Where's the insect nest? These are the worst kind, man. They'll clog up your air tubes. No problem. Okay, so I preserved a lot of the yellow, and I did smooth out some rust. But I gotta decide what I want to do here. So nylon's not going to do much for the rust, so maybe I'll go fresh wheel on here. So I got plenty of these. We'll play with these and see what we get. Like I said, this is kind of a different territory, whether either we touch it, we don't touch it all, or we, so this is kind of like an in the middle-y kind of a thing we're playing with here. And I overpaid. It. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I realize I overpaid for it. But whatever. I've had some good deals. Had some good deals lately, so I don't feel overly horrible about it. And it's a city of Rochester, so hey. Well, so that's turning out promising. We're going to get a nice shine out of it, and while preserving all this patina, I think. Yeah, we got some work to do, but this is promising. Now, I want to, before I continue, because it's bugging me, I want to see if I can finagle that back into place without taking the rest of it off. For a couple of reasons. First, to see if I can do it. And second, because I kind of like the way there's all the wear on the tabs and everything. So, let's see here. Double up on some glasses. Good. Good. Okay, well, these are kind of a little loose, but good. All right, good. Now I won't be worried about that. Now, gonna go on to the rest of this. I think we'll continue with the 600 grit along here and smooth everything out. And then I gotta think about what to do about this fount. All right. So let's try some steel wool on this paint. Let's see. Okay, well, there's technically these little areas in here, but I have a feeling though that could be just kept there. And go right along with what we're doing here. Yeah, it'll go along with what we got going on here, I think. Jeez, not a whole lot to do except seal the living heck out of this tank. Now, I'm gonna put a junk bed on and take a little look, do a little exploring on the bottom of the fount. Okay. Yeah, I could use a little JB Weld it down there. And there's maybe some of these larger ones here. Well, stupid me, without even looking, this one has no wing locks on it. And this one has a pass-through bayonet. This, however, has the wing locks, and that's gonna look so out of place on here. Let's get this out of here. That's a nice one. I want to know who made that, because that's the kind I want to buy. It's certainly going to look out of place, but that's really, we don't have a choice. They say I can't swap. I can't swap because I'd have to put a notch in for that pass-through bayonet there. Well, I'm overthinking it here. I mean, this is Ugly Betty here. Betty Dietz. I knew her well. Okay, so I guess what we should do now, I would love to assemble and treat, but I can't until we get these holes patched up. Or I could just say, you know, this is going to be a display. And for now, I'm just going to treat it and assemble it and put it up there next to my other completely destroyed D-lites. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. I need to save this for a rainy day, you know, or a snowy day during the winter. It's going to be a long winter. I'll be revisiting a lot of projects, I'm sure. So, you know what? That is what I'm going to do. Making a judgment call here. So I'm going to treat and assemble. And this baby is going to go on display next to my other D-lites and my other City of Rochester lanterns. So I was hoping we get that to pop a little bit more, but you can't really get it to pop without exciting the yellow paint and making it obvious that you did such a thing. Okay, so don't need that anymore. That can go back in the small parts box. That goes on. Weird place for that bail to stop. Right there. Weird. This is kind of fun, deliberately leaving the dirt on there. I can live with that. Everybody's favorite pastime. Putting globe guards back on. Yeah. Well, it's on there all crooked and stuff, but it oddly matches. It ain't coming off. And I ain't going to go over it with a Dremel to get rid of the tool marks, because it's all part of it here. Well, let's make this thing look weird with some oil on it. What do you say? I'm going to use one of my beat up brushes, because this is a beat up lantern. And who knows how much, oh my, who knows how much dirt is still embedded. Look at that. Look at all this pop. Wow, look at the attitude. This thing's getting crazy attitude. Crazy patina attitude. Okay, I didn't even do any steel wooling or anything to the globe guards. I just left them. Just left them just like that. See, there's a time. For me personally, there is a time to leave things untouched like that. And this is one of those times. Wow. Attitude. Crazy attitude. You'll be able to see this patina from a mile away. Love it. And I'm glad I used the crappy old brush, but then I can just abuse it trying to put this stuff on here. Okay. Wow. I want a t-shirt that looks like that. Like just with that. Colors all strewn about like that. That's so cool. All right. That's this is great. This is just it's funny because like I said, I overpaid. I mean, I not a massive amount, but this is really not worth much of anything in this condition. I mean, there were, there's really not even any of the parts are any good, but it to me it is something I'm putting on display. So it has all these things have different meanings to other people. So this is going to be a great glamour shot when I do glamour shots of this thing. It's going to be fun. All right, so I'm going to put the vintage wick in. Yeah, it's all like disgustingly new looking. Except for the wick. Good. That's good that there was some brownness left there. Hell. Boy, does that look out of place. But I'm going to say it goes with the theme, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. That's a shame. It's a shame this won't. I mean, what if I just sit this in here? That looks out of place too. Well, you know what? If I oil this, it'll match much better. Okay, good. This'll match much better now. Darken it up considerably. And I'm sure that would fire up just fine too. It just doesn't have the wing locks to hold that down. But, you're not going to be wandering around with it with the globe guard up like that. All right, so this globe guard seems pretty wonky. Let's see how well it's holding it. Okay, good. Yeah, I figured there was something funny about this globe guard. All right, excellent. Well, all right, so we are fit for display. That's all I really wanted for this. I was not planning on having this being one of the fireable, usable lanterns here in the collection. All right, folks, let's take a look at this thing here. Oh boy. Look at this thing. Look at that patina. I just loving it. Loving the patina. I'm not loving all the holes, however. And I didn't even wash. Yeah, I put that back on there nice and dirty. I mean, if I put a clean one in there, it would look obvious. So we just kept it just like that. And we got the wing locks in place. City of Rochester. Cool. All right, folks. That was a kind of a short and sweet project, but that's freaking cool looking, man. It's like tie-dye. It's tie-dye lantern. And supervisor baby approved. All right, folks. Excellent. Thanks for stopping by the lab. And as usual, don't you go changing.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.